some guys walked around like a red flag claiming it was Bloods. So they looked at my homie and they was like, "What you want to do?" He was like, "What you want to do?" And I'm looking like,
we are back in the building. We got another very, very special guest. He is one of the best rappers I know. Mr. Smooth Guy himself. Mr. My hair is Aubrey, not brown. WAASI is in the building. One half of WAASIKeso. What's going on, man?
"How you doing, Big Cuz? How you doing?"
Hey, I'm living life. How about you, man?
Just going day by day and making things happen day by day.
I love your vibe right now. You're very cool, as you always are. Very, very cool. Have you always been like that?
Yeah, it's really been something. I always been the calm guy, whether it's in sports or just in. I can't really say in class. I was kind of a class clown. That's when I really got to express myself. Like, I guess when people know me, get to know me a little better, I'm more of a clown within closed environments. But outside playing sports, I always been a relative calm guy, really in tune with myself, not really focused on what's going on around me like that.
Do you think that has helped you or hindered you, like, through your life?
I think it's definitely helped me because it kept me from a lot of situations that I could have been involved in, whether it's, pick up basketball in the hood, getting into a fight that could lead to other things, or really just being in fights and being in unnecessary situations.
True.
So just having that calm demeanor is like, I really don't care for too much that's going on because It really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
For the people who don't know, who are listening in, tell them where you're from.
I'm from Carol City, Florida, specifically the Cherry Bay neighborhood, born and raised in Miami, Florida.
I say that and bring up where you're from because I know a lot of the times things can escalate really, really quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you being that cool guy, it probably helped you out a lot with situations. When it could have went left, you kind of like, nah, I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good off that. Do you remember any specific moments where that kind of like stuck out to you?
Really too many, but the most important thing about me, I guess the most blessed thing about me so far in my life is that for some reason God didn't really put me in situations that really could get very much out of hand. Like, I've been around the guns, the shootouts and things such as that, but it's never really personally involved me. It's just that I happen to be around it. So it kind of goes to like what Kendrick Lamar said, the good kid in the mad city. You just happen to be around things like, I can remember specific times at football practice and there'll be like a shootout at the basketball court, but that has nothing to do with me. Or at school, it's a shootout after school or somebody's doing some craziness. But I just thought about it one time, ninth grade, when the gang wars is going on at New Orleans. And so one of my homies, he reps Black Flag, which is basically on Bunch Park is what they rep. And Bunch Park is a really famous neighborhood in Miami. So that's one of my homeboys. I played football with him. One day we didn't have football practice, like the JV squad didn't have football practice, and we were just posted up in the hallways of New Orleans, just, cooling it. Some guys walked around like a red flag claiming it was Bloods. So they looked at my homie and they was like, "What you want to do?" And he was like, "What you want to do?" And I'm looking like,
a nigga moment.
Nigga moment for sure. And I'm like, and they just start fighting. So it's like, it's three of them and it's two of us. So the first, them two was fighting. And then they started to like sneak up. And I was like, oh, no, I can't allow this to happen. So I come up too. But next thing you know, the security guard came, broke it up. And so we went to go get the rest of the football team, like the varsity players. So we actually went, it was like, yo, them boys trying to jump us. So the whole 52-man squad came running through the hallway and them boys are just gone.
And little things like
funny.
that, like little things just, oh, you got a red flag, oh, you got a black flag. Escalate. What you trying to do? What you trying to do?
Yeah.
Escalate, y'all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Escalate, somebody got a gun, somebody got a knife.
For sure.
And there goes somebody's life just that fast, man.
Just that fast.
Would you say that you're like lucky or you just kind of made those choices to get out of that situation?
I mean, I think it's a combination of luck and thought. You can avoid a lot of situations just by having a right thought process and really going about it the right way. And luck, because sometimes, it is a such thing as being in the wrong place at the right time. Some people just run into an element. It can be a shootout. Like, I have really been right there by the shootouts, like I mentioned. Like, I wasn't more than 20 feet away, but I wasn't the person that got hit with the bullet or anything like that. So
Wow.
A kind of a luck and a thought at the same time. But I'll never purposely put myself in a position for some shit to go down. And I'm like, damn, why would I do that to myself?
Right. I know a lot of the times, I mean, I wasn't in no like terrible situations where I could have got shot here, could have, went through these things, but it was some things that I could have been affected by that I wasn't. And I just kind of look back sometimes and say like, why me? And why did I survive this situation and was able to talk about it another day? Do you ever feel like that? And if so, like, how do you kind of like cope with it? And like, what's your thought process?
Do I really think about it? Not really. I've seen my homies like go through their situations. And of course, you know, I was thinking like, damn, it could have been me, but it really wasn't. I don't really put too much thought about it because I don't like thinking about the past like that as far as, you know, all the shit that was going down in the hood. I'm really like a man that's really focused on my present and my future. You know, my past does affect me, of course, but I'm not going to let that determine, you know, how my thought process is now because I'm way more advanced than I was when I was like 12, 13, 11, anything such as that. And what was your second part to the question?
I said, how do you cope with it? And
I mean, music is really my coping mechanism. For most of my life, I've not been a very expressive person. If I were to express, it was definitely through music or when I used to write poetry and things such as that. I recently became more expressive, just, you know, talking about things that happened or things that I'm going through. So I'm learning how to cope with it more. Somebody told me about therapy. So I've been thinking about therapy as well. And they told me you'll basically like cry in the first 10 minutes if you do some therapy. I'm like, bro, do I really want to cry in the first 10 minutes of therapy talking about some shit I done, you know, my feelings and everything like that. So I've been thinking about it though.
Yeah, that's definitely something I've been thinking about. And one thing that was kind of like stumping me is who would I want on the other side of the table? Would I want a woman? Would I want her to be black? Would I want a man? Like what? Like would I want him older? Would I want him younger? Who would you want on the other side of that table to kind of open your heart up to?
Probably a black woman. I guess they have that nurturing touch. I think they're going to give you comfort at the end of the day. I don't really know what a black man would do. Maybe, you know, if a black man had that nurturing touch and could make you care and make you feel okay, I think I'll go with the black man just because we have that deeper level of understanding of you're a black man, I'm a black man, but I'll go with the black woman first.
Black woman. Yeah, I think a black woman as well, especially, I don't know if this has affected you, and you can kind of go into your situation a little bit more, but I grew up with a single mom, and I never really learned how to connect on that level with an older man. And that's why I would rather have probably a woman over there just because I'm used to that. Do you think that would be kind of like the same with you?
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that because I was raised by 3 women. So my mom, my grandma, my auntie. So if I had an issue or whatever, I probably was going to talk to my mom about it because me and her have like this very close, tight-knit relationship. So just that relatability that, you know, a black woman has been there for me when I had to express myself will make me more comfortable with a black woman.
I love it,
therapy.
Man. And you went into a little bit about your life and a little bit about your situation. From what I can tell, it comes with a lot of stress. Even with my life, I probably haven't been through half the things you've been through. And I've had a lot of stress on my mind and dealing with that. So how do you deal with your stress?
Things don't stress me out like that. Like, it's so weird. Like, I experience so much, but it's never really like truly stressed me out. I think about it from time to time, I reflect on it. But to say like it's stressing me out, like I'm over here pulling hair, I'm losing sleep over it, I don't think that's really within my mentality or personality. I deal with it as it comes, but I'm one of the people like, that happened today. What is my tomorrow? What is my tomorrow going to look like? What I'm going to do for myself, for my advancement. So I don't think it's been too many things that have actually like literally stressed me out. Maybe like post grad has stressed me out. Everything else is like I'm just going through the motions in a sense of just living life. And maybe that's something I need to do, like actually go back, reflect, appreciate where I am right now. I told somebody that the other day. I said, it was like, what is your like biggest weakness? And I was like, maybe I don't appreciate like what I've done for myself enough. I just continue to go forward and don't really celebrate the moment. So.
Yeah, I know a lot of the times, and it's something I had to work through as well, appreciating where I am and kind of focusing on like being in the moment. Because growing up, it was just a lot of struggle, a lot of getting knocked down and getting back up and getting knocked down and getting back up to where I became kind of numb to it. And especially in college, it was a different type of stress. So
for sure,
I'm like, okay, I got to worry about these classes. All right, that's fine. Because I came from somewhere where I had to worry about eating. I had to worry about getting up in the morning to wake myself up and going to school and washing my own clothes. You know what I mean? So like the things with college were kind of trivial. Is that would you say that was kind of similar to your situation?
Similar in a sense, but I don't really be trying to equate problems to another problem. Like that's a completely different problem. Like figuring out what to eat. Like you gotta tap into a different mind of your brain, to hustle, figure out what to eat. But like sometimes, bro, if you don't know that math problem, my nigga, like that has nothing to do with eating. You just don't know how to do the math. But like
This is true.
and you gotta study for that. I mean, it's of course there's some similarities in, overcoming it, but it's a completely different problem at the end of the day.
So, okay, with that being said, do you think that the stress that you went through has made you a better person to get to where you want to go, or is it kind of like a different problem?
It's made me a different person. It's made me a better person for sure. I could be one of the people, like, you know me personally, you never hear me going around saying like, yo, I'm from the hood, I went through this, I went through that. I never talk about that. Like some people I know would literally talk about that, like you go respect me because this is where I'm coming from. Like, nah, I'm a person like, that doesn't really matter, bro. Like you go to respect me as a person,
Right.
how I interact with you and what we have with each other. So it's made me a better person, but just really because of the way I adapted to it and my thought process of dealing with it. In that sense.
I feel as though when somebody is saying, "Oh, I'm from the hood, I'm from this and that," they're usually not from the hood. Usually, especially growing up coming into college, everybody want to claim to be this and claim to be that, but it's like I've been in those places.
Yeah,
I definitely don't want to be
We
from
don't
the
want to talk about it. Like, why are we talking about that for?
Oh man, that's old. I'm trying to go somewhere new.
Like when we talk about it, we probably just laughing about it. Like, us, we made a lot of jokes about being with a single mother, not really knowing our fathers like that. Like we could joke around with that shit because we relate, but we're really talking about that. Like,
yeah, like people like rapping. They're like, "Oh yeah, man, like I did this, I did." Like, bro, like
I was the man in the house at 5. Like
that's not something to brag about.
For real.
Were you the man in the house at 5?
Nah, I had my older brother and my older cousin, so I was never I was the youngest. I was the one that was getting bullied in the house. Really, like I couldn't play the game. I couldn't control the music.
They give you the controller that's not plugged up.
Easily got the controller that wasn't plugged up. Hey yo, little bro, I want to play the game right now. I can you go fight about it. Like I'm gonna lose the fight, so I might as well give the controller. But on the other end of that, I think having older people, like I saw what my cousin was going through as far as I was always influenced in a football family in a sense because everybody, like my older brother and my older cousin, was playing football from young. So I got involved with football so young, like at the age of 2. It's literally a picture with me at the age of 3 on a Pee Wee football team. You don't supposed to be playing Pee Wee when you're 3. So I was on a team and I guess that football mentality, it shaped me a little bit because I had a chance to be around some older gentlemen, connecting with coaches, not on a personal level, but they're going to challenge me to do better, and they want me to do better, and they're going to push me past the limits I thought I had. So that has helped me in a sense.
Striving for better, man. Another thing I wanted to kind of touch on was before we jump into the music, because that's where we're going next. I know that's why we here. The music. Well, for me.
For you. All right, bet.
But once you ascend that circumstance, right, and you kind of are on a different path, how is it going back to those circumstances and being in those environments and how you maneuver yourself?
One thing I always told myself, I never wanted to go back and live at home because living at home is really a hopeless situation. You're around the same things and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed about home, your neighborhood, the environment, the houses still look the same. The neighbors are still the same. Everybody's still doing the same job. And I'm a man of evolution and progression. So I want to see change for myself. So I couldn't really put myself back in there because it was just going to make me the same person I was before I got to college. And I'm just going to be doing the normal, typical job. I really don't, I would go back. I'm not scared to go back home at all. Hang out with my boys and everything like that. Because we're all honestly good people, good, genuine hearted people. Some of us made bad decisions, but we're genuine hearted people. We're not going to put people in positions to, make dumb mistakes. We're going to hang out, play basketball, go out to eat, and everybody go their separate ways because we understand we all on a different path in life. But I'm not scared to go home, but I can't be home. I could just be home for a week because I'm just go get lazy, very lazy.
It's kind of stagnant. You're doing the same things you used to do. Man, it's for me going back home, it's just like you said, it's just the same routine. Everybody's doing the same thing they used to do. And me, I'm somebody who's trying to go get something else. Yeah. So I have to do different things. right?
Mhm.
What are some of the new things that you do to make sure that you don't go back to those situations?
I think the first thing I do, I pray every day. That's just an attachment to my faith and what I want for myself. So for myself, I pray for constant direction, focus, determination, communication, and improvement in my everyday life. And I guess that puts the responsibility on me to actually take the action and making sure I'm making myself a better person, whether that's talking to somebody more than I did the other day, or just checking on people, seeing how their day is going, and things such as that. It's not really no like, I guess, big things that really keep me from going back, but it's just like the things I want to do for people, be a service to others, making myself a better person at the end of the day. I know that environment would have facilitate that. It's the environment I'm going in right now, whether, I'm going through my struggles or anything like that. I just feel like this is the better way for me to grow as a person.
Growth, man. That's what it's all about. It's growth. From you being in high school, right? You grew to now, right? And in the future, you're going to grow again.
Most
and you have an
definitely.
idea of who you are going to be when you're in the future, right? So what would the person in the past looking at you, what would he say and what would you say to him? What would he be looking at?
16-year-old me would be like, yo, this man making some moves out here. But he'll be like, why you dodge your hair? For sure. And he'll be like, why you wearing like tighter clothes? Because when I was 16, bro, I was like, I'm not wearing no tight clothes. I wasn't down with none of that. I'll never dye my hair, blah, blah, blah. So he'll be like, oh, this nigga did that and this? But I guess he's doing good with himself. What I would tell 16-year-old me is like, I don't know, just try out new things.
Try new things.
Try new things.
Like what?
In a sense, just do your own thing. Maybe, actually going out and venturing, learning more about history, life, and learning more about people, because I was more of an introvert like when I was 16. So learn about hip hop more. I would have told my 16-year-old self that.
What were you listening to at 16?
16. What grade was that?
16, you're in 10th grade. 10th, 11th grade.
Oh, Lil B.
Lil B.
Chief
You
Keef.
jump out the gate with Lil B.
Lil B, Chief Keef. A lot of Wayne was still very heavy at the time.
Oh, no, for sure.
Probably like just a lot of Wayne and Little B, bro, and Gucci Man.
A lot of Lil B?
Bro.
I'm very surprised you're saying his name over and over again.
A lot of Little B, bro. Like
Wow.
that was 9th and 10th grade for sure.
Really?
It was either you're bass guy, you're either Young Money, or you 1017. Like
okay.
like for sure. That was like the gangs in school. Like, but everybody was down with Lil B, bro. Like we were just out
That's
there
crazy.
cooking and stuff. Like
I would have thought y'all thought he was goofy, like, because he was a weird ass dude. Like,
that man was
especially,
funny, bro. Funny.
Okay. So we talked about you in the past. Now, looking forward, you have an idea of who you want to be in the future, right? What would he see looking at you, and what would he say?
What he will see from me right now is that, I'm actually making advancements in my life as far as, what I really want to do, which is helping others or sharing my music. I'm spreading my message and staying consistent with what I'm trying to do. What would he say to me?
What would he say to you?
Oh, that's a crazy question.
He gonna be like, why
Because
you dyed your hair?
It's like
what?
It's like I'm talking to myself at that point. Like, what would 40-year-old say? The 40-year-old me say to me right now? That's a very intriguing question. I think the world needs that question for themselves. I think we would say just continue to get more involved with diving into your history, learning more about how you can service others. One of the big goals for me is to like open a creative youth camp. He'll probably be like, yo, start looking at it right now, how you could do that, who you're trying to impact. Just really diving deep into it. Probably just saying appreciate life more in a sense. Yeah, I think that's what 40-year-old me would tell me.
Why would he say appreciate life more?
Because it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, as of right now, I don't really like sit there and celebrate, some of my successes. So people like always have to remind me, like, yo, you did this for yourself. Like, oh shit, I did do that for myself. Talk
your shit.
I don't really be thinking about it. So.
Okay, that's what's up. So who would it be? Like, who? I mean, you went into it a little bit, but how would that person look, and like, what would he be? Like, what would be his mindset in?
Man, 40-year-old me is gonna have a beard, like Jordan over here. He's gonna have a beard.
You just gonna magically grow hair? Because I think that's it.
I'm hoping for the beard.
I think you as grown as you gonna get, bro.
But I think he'll be working with nonprofit organizations, working with creative youth centers, helping other kids find their talents, deal with trauma, and just helping them express themselves. So I think that's what he's really going to do. I don't know about, his physical appearance besides the beard. Hopefully, he's
but the
fit.
beard gonna be there.
He's still fit, got like a little 2-pack, still working out, still playing ball with the homies, going to the park and things like that. I want to.
So he's still playing nigga ball.
Oh, he's definitely still playing nigga ball. Still
Shout
trying
out
to
nigga
hoop.
ball.
Still trying to hoop for sure.
So what would you tell him?
What I tell him? Bro, keep doing your thing, bro. Keep on helping people. I mean, that's what I'm really about. And they helping people, whether it's through like music or, what I can do for them in a little daily situation, give them a call. Just continue to help people.
So we went to your future and your past. Now we're going to get into a little bit about your music's future and your past, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you was trash when you first started, right?
Oh, easily.
You was trash?
Easily.
Yeah?
I thought it was good. I did think it.
So what would you have told him like to get better musically?
Practice your craft before you start recording. I just got into recording. I can even refer back to like some of the things I used to do. Like my flows are just off. I always had like a good thing with words and what I want to talk about, but like my flow, my delivery, my confidence, and I was trying to sound too much like other people. Trying to sound like Wayne. Trying to sound like Kendrick. Trying to sound like, I don't know. It was like I went through it all. Trying to sound like T.I. Like.
All right, so it was like a kind of a conscious thing, because when you first started off, I know you got a lot of comparisons to Kendrick.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a conscious thing you were trying to do?
Yeah, at first, yeah, for sure. Like I wanted that little high pitched voice. I wanted to like mix and master like him. Like this is like high school.
Right.
High school me, like a 10th grade me. I was just trying to like do everything in my power to sound like other people. Like,
but not anymore.
It was trash.
You WAASIKeso now. Well,
I'm WAASI.
one half of WAASIKeso. WAASI.
I am WAASI.
Okay. So even going to that WAASIKeso a little bit, I know you guys have a new album coming out called
Training Day.
Ooh, Training Day. Where did that name come from?
It came from a joke. We was just texting. He was like, yo, what are we about to name this album? Because the original title was Destiny. And we were supposed to have a whole photo shoot like predicated on Destiny, but that photo shoot didn't facilitate itself, so we had to come up with plan B. The plan B, I found a little train spot and we had like a dope photo shoot. He was like, bro, we can't call this Destiny anymore. He was like, bro, I was like, what should we call it? He was like, I don't know, Training Day. And he was just joking. I was like, bro, actually that's a fire name to call the album, Training Day. I think we didn't put meaning to it or substance to it. We didn't put meaning or substance to it. At the point, it was just like, all right, we're finna name it this. But like, I feel like if people ask us what that means, I'll be like, my question is gonna be what it means to you. Also, it's such a joke, but it's so serious. It's so serious, dude. Like, what is Training Day to you? Like, what do you train for? What day are you training for? Like,
I like it.
So seriously, so I'm still trying to figure out the answer for myself. Like, what am I training for, evidently in the future and stuff like that? But like, it's Training Day.
Okay,
you saw the movie.
True. I mean, so it kind of ties into the movie, or you just made that up?
You saw the movie, though.
Okay, there it is. What it mean to you?
What it mean to you, dog?
With Training Day, I know it's a couple things that you guys are doing different than your first debut album, WAASIKeso. Can you explain that a little bit? What are you guys doing differently this time?
First and foremost, the WAASIKeso was just like tracks. It was just thrown together. It wasn't really no conscious effort. We just started recording, and it was like 3 songs in. It was like, all right, we might as well just do like 4 more and just make it a tape, I guess, throw it out there. And we was doing a lot of stuff within my dorm room, of course, recording there, but we wasn't really, I'll say the effort that we gave that project was like 50% at best. Like, it was a lot of BS verses that we just came up with on the spot, just like, hey, let's record something. But so it wasn't really, we didn't give as much effort as we should to the music with the WAASIKeso, which is surprising because a lot of people liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was nice, man.
I don't know, man. I remember just sitting in the dorm room, just like going over it like day by day as the days, the release date coming up. I'm like, this shit trash. But I think about it. I think like that for everything. Like, as the date comes closer, it's like, bro, I heard this so much, you start to consider it trash for yourself. I guess one of the biggest differences is that, we're actually putting that effort into it, at 100% effort. Going to the studio, getting professionally mixed and mastered, taking the time with the verses. Like some of these songs, it took a while to write. We actually went through a lot of songs that never made it, or we never recorded because it was just gonna come out trash. The 11 songs that's on it are, the 11 songs that we wanted on it. It's not like we forced something to be there.
So the first album was kind of forced. It was kind of just thrown together.
Yeah,
It was like
thrown
we need
together.
to make something happen.
Yeah,
But this one was like organic, and you guys were just feeling
yeah.
the
It was
vibe.
just in a good creative space. Like we started, trying to work on the album. I would say in last fall. So it's been like an 8-month process. First 3 months, there wasn't really nothing shaking, but like in the last 4 months, we've been in a good creative space. Just coming up with consistent ideas, building on them, and really helping each other and challenging each other to, write better verses, make it more substantial as far as, the substance, and challenging each other with flows and melodies and choruses and things such as that, like doing stuff you never did before. So
From what I heard, it sounds like y'all best project yet. I'm really excited about the response it's gonna get. I know this is gonna take y'all to another level, and I'm really excited, man.
that's the plan. That is the plan.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for coming on today on the Speak Up podcast. I'm really proud of you. I want to say that. I'm really proud of you, and I know you're finna go far.
Thank you, man.
Self-reflect cause niggas always watching movements and keep it pushing, boy, it's always room for improvement. Confucius, the ruthless, the prophecy, the chosen over. The dead bodies, broken soldiers thought they would've told you that if you really wanna make it in this game, it's full of lies. You gotta keep it pushing, wipe the tears from out your eyes and keep on singing your song.
I'ma keep singing my song.